Factsverse presents. Here are 20 insanely clever uses for Epsom salt at home. Health and diet experts advise limiting your salt intake. Too much salt can result in high blood pressure, and that could lead to strokes, kidney disease, and weakened bones. Table salt is not good for you, but there is a kind of salt that is. It's Epsom salt. You're not going to find that on the dinner table, but it does have many benefits. Here are 20 insanely clever uses for Epsom salt at home. Taking a long hot bath can be very relaxing. If you put a couple of cups of Epsom salt in the water, it can be beneficial too. The body contains minerals including sulfur, chlorine, potassium, and sodium. Magnesium is also essential, and there is plenty of it in Epsom salt. When you take a bath in Epsom salt, the key ingredient, magnesium sulfate, will get into your skin. It has a relaxing effect on your central nervous system. It can also soothe tense muscles while moisturizing and exfoliating your skin. Your feet work very hard all day, and the foot is also very complex. In your feet there are 30 joints and 26 bones. Your feet also have a lot of muscles, tendons, and ligaments that are essential for your body to function. Most people neglect their feet, and they don't even realize they're doing so. If you soak your feet for an hour, twice a week in water and Epsom salt, it'll increase the magnesium, which helps improve your muscle performance, boost energy, and decrease swelling of your feet. Epsom salt is also very helpful in treating skin conditions like athlete's foot and eczema. You don't need to spend a lot of money to have beautiful skin. Epsom salt is excellent for washing your face and cleansing your pores. If you add a half teaspoon of Epsom salt to your regular facial soap, it'll scrub away dead skin and improve moisture. For a deeper facial treatment, you can use Epsom salt in a facial mask. Combine cognac, powdered milk, an egg, lemon juice, and Epsom salt. It's an excellent recipe for oily skin. If you have normal to dry skin, mix the Epsom salt with mayonnaise and shredded carrots. Because Epsom salt has a rough texture, it makes a really good body scrub. Combine the salt with coconut oil and you'll have an inexpensive and effective exfoliator. You should gently work the mixture into your wet skin after a shower and then rinse off again. Finish with your regular moisturizer. You can also use Epsom salt to treat skin problems like acne and sunburns. It's not a miracle cure, of course, but it does have anti-inflammatory properties that can ease the symptoms. Because the skin on your lips is thinner and more fragile than anywhere else on the body, that makes you prone to having dry lips. When your lips are exposed to the sun and the wind, they can become dry. They also crack, flake, and peel. You can use the recipe for the body scrub that I previously mentioned, and you can use that for a lip exfoliator. If you add the correct amount of salt, it can help your cells to function correctly. When they're working effectively, your lips will be protected in severe weather. Your hair follicles have a sebaceous gland. This gland is designed to produce a substance called sebum, which is what keeps your hair naturally shiny. If the glands produce too much oil, that's what makes your hair greasy. Epsom salt is excellent for getting rid of the excess sebum. When you add a small amount of Epsom salt to your shampoo, it will draw out the excess oil. It'll also add volume to your hair by stripping away the oil. It can also remove product buildup from hairspray and gel. Adding the salt to your conditioner and leaving it on for 20 minutes before rinsing, it can help tame frizzy hair as well. Epsom salt's benefits go beyond being cosmetic. It can also help balance your mood. You can reduce stress, depression, and calm anxiety with Epsom salt. Experts believe that the magnesium in Epsom salt encourages the production of serotonin, which is the chemical that promotes happiness and relaxation. There's no conclusive evidence of Epsom salt's medical benefits, but experts believe that it can help. Getting enough sleep is essential to your health. If you don't get enough sleep, it can affect you mentally and physically. Sleep deprivation can cause serious issues such as obesity, high blood pressure, kidney disease, diabetes, stroke, and heart disease. If you need to get a good night's sleep, Epsom salt can help. Epsom salt is rich in magnesium, which encourages the production of melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone responsible for regulating your sleep patterns. If you take an Epsom salt bath before bed, you'll feel more relaxed, and that'll help you sleep better. After a vigorous workout, Epsom salt can help you recover. Corinne Croce, a New York-based physical therapist, spoke with the writers of Runner's World in May 2019. She stated, "Magnesium is known to increase relaxation, reduce inflammation, and aid in muscle and nerve function. There's also evidence the Epsom salt can help with recovery and detoxification." Greg Rosicki, an assistant professor at Georgia Southern University who directs the laboratory specializing in exercise physiology, he spoke with the author of that same article. He stated that there is an association between cramps and muscle aches with magnesium deficiency. He said that by taking a bath in Epsom salt or adding it to skin cream, it could increase your magnesium level and reduce muscle soreness. Epsom salt's also known for reducing swelling when it comes to bruises. It can also ease the discomfort of a sprained ankle. If you're going to use Epsom salt to treat a sprained ankle, don't do it too soon after an injury. That could actually do more harm than good. If you wait a bit, though, soaking your ankle in Epsom can relieve the tension in damaged muscles and tissues. Currently, again, there's no scientific evidence that proves it, but those who have used Epsom salt to treat a sprained ankle swear by it. Splinters are annoying and painful. They're tiny, they're often barely visible to the naked eye, but boy, can you feel them. In some cases, a splinter can get embedded into the skin so deep that tweezers can't reach it. Epsom salt can help in situations like this. When you soak the area that contains the splinter in an Epsom salt bath, the splinter will work its way to the surface. If the splinter is really deep, apply some Epsom salt to a bandage and cover it up. Leave the dressing on for 24 hours and the splinter will come to the surface enough that you can reach it with your tweezers. Epsom salt also helps to relieve constipation. You can mix a couple of teaspoons of Epsom salt with a glass of water and drink it. The salt water will loosen the contents in the intestine by encouraging it to produce more water. If you're going to use Epsom salt to relieve constipation, be careful. If you consume too much of the salt, you can get diarrhea. That can result in dehydration. If you take the salt in the recommended dosage, though, you should be able to shift a bowel blockage within 30 minutes. Epsom salt can relieve headaches and migraines. As I said earlier, Epsom salt can encourage melatonin production, which helps you sleep. People who suffer from migraines often have an imbalance in their pineal gland, which is responsible for melatonin production. They also usually have low levels of magnesium, which is abundant in Epsom salt. Epsom salt can also relieve tension in the muscles. Migraines often cause tightness in the skull, neck, shoulders, and back, and all of that tension can be soothed during an Epsom salt bath. After a long night of drinking, your body produces chemicals to process the alcohol. These chemicals are responsible for that hangover that you experience. These symptoms include exhaustion, a headache, and nausea. Taking a bath in Epsom salt can help relieve the hangover symptoms. By adding a bit of Epsom salt to your water, it can stimulate the water production in your body, flushing away the toxins. You can also drink it, as I mentioned above, with the easing of constipation. You can also do that with the hangover, but again, just don't consume too much of it because then that can cause diarrhea, and that's just going to add to your horrible hangover symptoms. Consuming too much salt can cause heart disease. It can also increase your blood pressure due to excessive water retention. That can put too much strain on the heart, resulting in heart failure and increases the risk of stroke. Epsom salt's a bit different. It can relax the arteries, help blood flow easily, and reduce the risk of clots and sudden heart attacks. Experts also believe that the magnesium sulfate in Epsom salt can improve insulin, reducing the effects of diabetes. Epsom salt is excellent for your garden. It can add minerals to the soil and water, and your plants will thrive and grow stronger. It can also keep your grass from turning yellow. And finally, Epsom salt will keep the pests away from your garden. If you have a slug issue, creating a barrier using Epsom salt around your plants could work. It keeps slugs away from those areas. Slugs do not like salt. If you were a kid and you poured salt onto a slug, you know all about that. But they're not the only insects that Epsom salt can help with. If an insect bites you, you can apply Epsom salt to the bite to relieve the itching and irritation. Hard water stains can be pretty hard to remove. If you combine a quarter cup of baking soda, a cup of Epsom salt, and a half cup of water, you can get rid of stains quickly and easily. It's also useful in removing mold from the tile grout. A great way to clean your washing machine and remove odors, run a hot water wash cycle with Epsom salt and vinegar. Halfway through the cycle, pause it, allowing the mixture to soak in for a few minutes, and then resume and finish the cycle. If you want to remove the negativity from your life and you need a bit of good luck, Well, one more thing you might want to try. Sprinkle some Epsom salt in the corners of your rooms. Dust a few handfuls of salt in a clockwise motion, and supposedly that gets rid of negative energy. You may not believe this, but hey, I guess it doesn't hurt to try, right? Subscribe for more.